Hey there, welcome in. It's time for the 2023 Heart of America Athletic Conference Men's Volleyball Media Day. I'm your host, Jillian Carroll, and joined here with University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy head coach Chris Frankenfield and senior setter. This is Cole Siklowski. Guys, thanks so much for your time. How are you doing?
Doing well. Just had another practice today, and so far so good. Yeah.
Good. Well, we appreciate you taking some time to hop off the court and share about what we can expect from you all this season. Coach, I am going to start with you, but I'd love for you to share with us a little bit about Cole and what he brings to the team.
Well, I've actually known Cole since he was 14. We were lucky enough. I actually coached him way back when, before I even started coaching college ball when he was 14. Yeah, even before that, somewhere in there. So he and my son and some other boys have played together in a club team around here in St. Louis. So I met him there. But Cole does a great job of helping me, even from his very first year here, when I was assistant, helping teach the new guys the game, what we're expecting. We have a lot of kids come in, don't have a great volleyball IQ, so he does a really good job with that. And he's a great team leader. He's been our captain all 4 years. As a freshman, he was a captain all 4 years, done a fabulous job of leading, mentoring, and he works really hard, and he sets a very, very good ball. I do wish he was taller.
I wish that too.
But we work with what we got.
Yeah, very cool. Well, that's a unique relationship. So that's really cool for both of you all to still be able to capitalize on that relationship moving into collegiate years. Yep. Cole, a little bit about you, where you're from, what you're studying. Obviously, it sounds like you might be from the St. Louis area. Just a little bit about you.
So my hometown is right about next to the airport in St. Louis.
Okay.
I'm from the suburbs. I study biomedical sciences. Okay. That's my major. So I when looking at schools, I've always wanted to play volleyball in college, but it was kind of the best of both worlds here, being able to pursue, a high science degree and also being able to play. So yeah.
Yeah, incredible. What an opportunity for you, and to do it in your hometown is special, right? What are your career plans after school?
Sure. So personally, I would like to get, a master's and a PhD in medicinal chemistry. Wow. So a lot of people at our school tend to go to get, masters and PhDs, doctorates, PDs, MDs. So I think it's a really good stepping stone to still be able to play collegiate athletics and also go to the next level. So
yeah, very cool. So what does it mean to, maybe this might be for both of you, but to have such a high level conference right in your hometown? Cole, I'll start with you on that one.
Sure. I think it's definitely it's like a lot faster, especially since we're a new program. It kind of makes us improve much faster. So the first year was definitely the hardest, but I think, instead of maybe being not necessarily a lower conference, but just lesser skill, it's just, we might not have gotten better a little quicker. So I think, having all these nationally ranked teams and just these pipelines of really good players keeping coming through, I think that really, improves us even quicker. Even if we're losing a bunch, it still improves a lot quicker. So
yeah. And for you, Coach, maybe on the recruiting side, just having, St. Louis competitive volleyball, but also this incredible conference.
Yes. St. Louis has a great history of some good volleyball. We've been very small in the men's volleyball, but the quality of the players that have come out of St. Louis has been very, very good. Part of that's because of the club scene. But in the conference that we have, when I go out and I mention our conference to other coaches, they're raising an eyebrow. Oh, that's because they know it's a really, really good conference. So, and it's actually a lot of fun to play in because of what you get to play against guys like that. We know where they're underdog most of the time is in our conference play, but a lot of guys are now having to keep their starters in, or they're calling timeouts. And we were fortunate that we actually won a conference match last year, which was very exciting. And I think this year we're hoping to do the same, if not more. We'll see.
Yeah, very cool.
But yeah, the conference makes it tough. Conference makes it exciting.
Sure, which is fun, right? That's what we want. Coach, how did preseason go, and what are you liking from the team so far?
Preseason went well. We are much stronger. We hit the weight room a lot, which is really good. We're a lot stronger. The three new faces we have come in will help us out a lot, I think. They're not going to put us in the rankings like William Penn and Grandview and Mobap, but I think they're going to help us out a lot. I think they're learning quickly. We're a lot faster. And I think we're more prepared now than we were last year at this time. But I don't know if you remember this, but last year we will get better as the season goes along because we have a chance to play matches at a higher pace. We still don't have a lot of kids in the gym, so it's difficult for us to scrimmage at a high pace. So the matches will help us do that.
Sure. And, you kick things off with Missouri Baptist. How are you going to use that game in regard to the season? And also, how are you feeling about it?
Well, I know we're going in as the underdogs. They are not as ranked as high as they are. Tom's a great coach. He does a good job. And we're actually building a relationship a little bit, not just coaches, but a little friendly. So it's not a serious rivalry like that, but maybe someday it will be. I think we're hoping to win is a little strong, but we're definitely hoping to make it a competitive match. Sure. and maybe make them raise an eyebrow kind of a deal.
Okay. That's the way to start, right? Cole, let's talk about some of the goals you have for yourself on the court, but also just for yourself as a leader with this team.
Sure. Specifically for myself, I think, trying to get maybe all conference, whether it's first team, second team, honorable mention would be pretty big for me, just because the conference we're in is just, severely, very high level of play. So I'd be pretty happy with that. I haven't gotten that yet. So that's kind of my personal goal. As a team goal, I think it's really just, betting on ourselves. I really don't think we're really not necessarily less skilled than the other teams. I truly think it's just confidence and experience, and just being at the high level for a long time. When you're at a high level for so long, you get the confidence of the expectation of being good. So then that kind of just keeps your mindset of just being good. So then you're good. So I think that's kind of our hardest team goal, is just to stay confident in our ability, even if, we're down by a couple points.
Yeah. Those reps, right? That brings confidence in itself. Sure. Cole, tell me a little bit about the campus, what life is like at UHSP, located right downtown in St. Louis.
Yeah. So downtown specifically. So downtown is about like the Enterprise Center, the Blue Center, most of the sporting centers, and strictly downtown is about 5-10 minutes from our campus. We're in more of a medical district. It's called Central West End. So we're about 5-10 minutes from, what people usually call downtown, but this is still downtown. But it's really nice. We're really surrounded by a bunch of different medical hospitals, schools. A lot of restaurants, a lot of areas to just go hang out or right in walking distance. So it's really nice. It's really, a lot of the places around us are a lot more younger. So you're not feeling like, you're walking around and you're seeing 50-year-olds 24/7. It's a lot more younger people around. So you feel a lot more welcomed when you walk around, and it's just, you see people your age like you. So it's really nice.
Yeah. That's part of, you're in school, so you want to be around, people in your age range, which makes sense. What is your team like? Tell me about like the chemistry. Maybe you guys go to the Central West End, but then also what you're like on the court. Tell me about like your styles.
Sure. I think our chemistry outside of the court is actually probably one of the best on campus. I think we all actually are very good friends with each other and just really mesh really well, because I think, unfortunately, we have lost a good amount, but I think that actually has kind of created a reverse effect of making us really close and kind of, bonding together and creating a good friendship. I think on the court, we might get a little more serious and a little more frustrated with each other, but I think all of us kind of understand the fact that once we get off the court, or once we get on the court, it's all on the court and we leave it on the court. So, once we get off the court, we're still friends. It's nothing personal when we get frustrated with each other. We just, care about each other and want each other to succeed. So I think that's kind of the dynamic.
Yeah, it sounds like a little bit of accountability on the court, which is nice. Any highlights from preseason that have really stuck out to you?
I'll definitely say our hitting power has gotten better. I think, hitting the weight room, I think specifically just how hard we hit the ball has increased. And I think just, jumping, everything that is just specifically physical, I think is definitely increased, which is great.
Sure. Yeah, sounds really good. Coach, aside from Cole, what other returners should we be looking for, and what will they bring?
Well, Marcus Parker, I think last year was his second year, right? So he's a junior. He had a breakout year last year and made an impact. It was one of our main players. So he again will be, his job is to control the net when he's up there, and he does a great job. We are a small team, so I think we do a good job of earning points. We have a hard time slowing down our opponents and stopping them from getting points. But we have a new freshman libero coming in who does a great job. So I think with he and the senior libero, but the two of those guys will help us have much better passing and defensive play. We're going to do our best to make sure they're both out there at the same time as much as possible. One libero, one DS. His name is Isaac. And who else we got? Who you think stands out? And
I think standing out, probably Chris.
I think Chris
Going back to
Moore.
the right side.
Chris Moore, we're going to move him over to a different position and see if that'll help him be more of an impactful player. He's a little injured right now, but I think as we move forward, he'll make an impact too. So Chris and Marcus will probably be a bigger, along with Cole, will be our biggest influence. Whitesides is back again, big 6'7" kid. He makes a difference out there too. He's just a big kid, can't miss him. And then everybody else fills a role and does a good job. But I think those three guys will probably make the biggest impact as far as the flash of scoring and the flash of the kills, those kind of things. Cole does a great job, but people don't always notice the setters as much as they could or should. So.
Part of the game, right? Real quick, how much confidence does it bring you that you feel comfortable switching a guy and asking him to play a different position for you?
Well, that was good that this year, like, as you remember last year, we had a very small team. We still don't quite have enough guys to put everywhere in a bunch of positions. So like when we scrimmage, we got a middle plane in the back row when they don't normally do that. So that's difficult, but the new guys coming in, I think, has helped add us a little punch in different spots. So we could move Chris over so that we put a new guy outside so Chris could play positions that's more fits his body style and his type, those kind of things. So that was helpful. It wasn't we put him out of position. We actually moved him positions better for him. And actually last year, Alex Whitesides got hurt. So Chris had to play middle, which is not his position, but you learn the game a lot better too. So
very cool. Yeah. Very cool. Well, I love the chemistry between you two. Really cool relationship to be able to be in each other's lives. What, 10 years almost now? So that's very cool. Before we wrap up, Coach, we're asking every coach in the conference this same question. So if you don't mind just telling me the first thing that comes to mind when you hear Heart of America Athletic Conference men's volleyball.
Whew, tough. It's got to be one of the tough conferences, toughest conferences in the nation. It's got to be the top conference, probably like across a lot of sports. There's always a conference that is high in volleyball, especially in NAIA. We are up there. Yeah, so cool. Well, Coach Frankenfield and Cole, we just so appreciate your time. Sounds like you guys are off to a really great start, and we wish you the best of luck in 2023. Thank you so much. All right, thank you.
Thank you.